All right, ladies and gentlemen, another game, another you, another me. This is a ranked ladder game from the Age of Mythology universe, the place that you guys would love to be. But sometimes you decide it's too scary. Let's just watch someone else doing it. That's what I do. In the left-hand corner of the map, we've got Punkstar here playing as Set. His opponent today in the red color playing as Amaterasu is going to be Pegasus. We've got ourselves a spicy matchup here as Pegasus has gone for the shrine in the middle of nowhere because his forest isn't close enough. That's all it is. Alrighty, we'll see how this game's going to go. I'm pretty excited to see Pegasus playing Amaterasu. He hasn't played a whole lot of Amaterasu lately. He's been playing a lot of Demeter, and of course he loves his Zeus as well. But for a while there, he was basically playing nothing but Amaterasu, and his Amaterasu is arguably one of the strongest from a pure strategic standpoint. Just putting everything else aside, he's obviously insanely mechanical. His macro is amazing. His decision making is really high. But the thing I think that separates Pegasus from some of the other top players is generally his strategic, his strategy. Basically, I think he is a cut above most top players from a strategical standpoint. So watching his Amaterasu in this matchup is going to be really interesting. Punkstar, on the other hand, he's been climbing the ranks quite a bit. He is very, very strong in his own right, and he is on a really, really strong god in a really good matchup, I think, for Set. I think Set can play this matchup quite nicely. One of the main goals here for Set in this matchup is to get to the Heroic Age and get to Chariot Archers. Very, very difficult for Amaterasu to deal with Migdol plus Chariot Archer. Very, very difficult. So yeah, that's the thing. The other thing I'm excited to see here from the side of Pegasus is if he decides to go for Ameno Uzume with the weasels, or if he does decide to go Minakatatomi. There is some reasoning to go for Minakatatomi in this matchup. However, the one Yudo, of all of the gods that one Yudo are good against, Egyptian probably ends up being one of the best against the one Yudo, just on the fact that you can make those priests. Just on the fact that you can make those priests. And that can be enough to sort of prevent your opponent's big siege, and you just hold the line where that's concerned. But we'll see which way Pegasus is going to go, and if Punkstar is going to be able to defend it. The other thing here is, because you're playing against Amaterasu as Set, you always have to be prepared and ready to defend against the Weasel, which does mean you've got to get your houses and you've got to get everything like this. One simple way to do this is to build 2 houses here, or your temple in here instead. And that way you can then just build walls around this side. You can build a house wall too, but then you completely lock off your gold mine. And also you can have your hunt, the Aurochs, underneath your talent center, and you're going to be fine. As we do see Ameno Uzume for Pegasus, I'm not exactly surprised to see this, as Punkstar does raid me. We're seeing him watching himself now. Yay. But I really do, I do like this sort of a opening from Punkstar. But yeah, he does just need to get the houses here and here, so you can quickly wall off against these weasels, so you take 0 damage early on. Getting these houses up, you can also put more than one villager here, and you can build them all up basically straight away when you see Ameno Uzume. You don't have to go for it right away. You just kind of say, oh, he's going for Ameno Uzume. No worries. He's going to take him about 20 to 30 seconds to get across the map. You can build all the houses up. Bang, 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 bang. Just take all the villagers off and build one by one. It's totally fine, and you're good to go. And you just hide underneath your town center with the with everything else. See a barracks coming up here from Punkstar, which is a little bit on the interesting side. Generally, you don't want a classical fight versus Amaterasu, but it can work. As we got the guardhouse coming down from Pegasus, his weasels are not quite across the map yet. Where is he going with them? Am I blind? One comes in, another one going to come out. Goshinboku to come through. Dojo's coming down as well. And the game to continue along. All the animals coming through, and a whole bunch of priests just sitting in here waiting. I like this. This is perfectly valid too. This amount of priest and the pharaoh might even be able to get through the solar shield in the classical age. 600 extra HP, and these guys are doing like 10 true damage per second. And if you've got all of them in there, then you you kill these off pretty quickly. As Punkstar is searching into the main base here for any damage with this Boit. Let's get caught out. We'll run away. No problems here. It's pretty nice for Punkstar to do this and see the weasels at home. Because now he knows he's not actually getting attacked. He can start thinking about doing something else. And he does decide for a town center, it looks like. Which I like the safety here. I like the safety here from Punkstar. But against Japan, I don't think you have to care so much. There isn't, apart from the weasels coming in early, there isn't a whole lot of pressure, of damage that Japan can do early on versus a fast second town center. If you go for like a really, really fast advance here, like 4 minutes at the latest, you can build, or maybe even like a little bit later, you can go a little bit slower. You can get yourself out 2 or 3 priests, get the town center down, and you're perfectly fine to do healing shenanigans to stop the weasels from killing your villagers and things like that. But Pegasus does manage to catch Punkstar out here a little bit. He obviously did have to be up here to heal his stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised to see no solar shield here from Pegasus. In fact, he's just gonna leave. He's like, okay, let me out of here. No harm, no foul here, so no one's really lost anything, just idle time. These weasels can pull back and get healed up and all the other good stuff. There's one thing here that Pegasus has done, which I don't see done enough from Amano Uzume players, which is he's already grabbed himself Gohei wands. So now the Miko, it's 0.13 favor. This Miko here would normally be 0.6? No, 0.8, excuse me, on this or maybe 0.7 on this thing. She's up to 0.11. So yeah, Gohei wands is an absolute must when playing Amaterasu and Amano Uzume. There's also a really big argument that can be made for a Tsukiyomi fast heroic through Amano Uzume. We don't see it because everybody loves going for Inari Okami with Tsukiyomi, but the idea of going for Amano Uzume with Tsukiyomi, getting yourself out, 3 Miko, get Gohei wands, fast heroic for Tengu or for Raiju. Can you get Raiju? Tengu or Oni? Probably Tengu, right? In that case, is really, really, really appealing. Surprised we don't see it more, to be honest, but obviously the Inari Okami is so strong where that's concerned. But I like what Punkstar is doing. He's got to get to the heroic age. Actually, I don't like the units anymore. Realistically, there's no real worry here on this town center. You're not going to die against pretty much anything that Amaterasu can throw at you here. So this is the hardest part about playing Egyptian, in my opinion. It's not even hard. It's just knowledge, right? You have to know the situations where you can go heroic age and when you have to stay classical age and build barracks units. And sometimes you can, like, everybody makes mistakes in this, and then you got to keep learning, right? But against Amaterasu, Amano Uzume, they don't have that pushing power. So the simplest way here for Punkstar to manage this, get to the heroic age and get to his chariot archers, which are the problem unit for Amaterasu, is armory here on this side. And this here with this lumber camp is basically beautiful. He can't get in here. And then you can almost build some houses out onto this side, or you can build a market out onto this side. And then this town center is really, really difficult to attack. Main base, you can also grab watchtowers if he decides to go crazy and attack you, and you're good to go. But for the moment, Punkstar looking to put some pressure on. Very, very dangerous, I have to say. There could be a billion weasels here. Yes, there's already a whole bunch of priests, but this is really, really dangerous. As you can see, there's now 4 of these Razorwind Kamaitachi. So the micro is super difficult here for Punkstar. Really, really hard. Yes, he's got priest already in to deal with the Kamaitachi, but man, Pegasus is so good. He gets right in there, gets that damage in. There's the solar shield, so all of a sudden the priests aren't going to be doing anything unless Punkstar can micro this a little bit more. Does go on to another weasel there, as 1 has fallen. Just 1. The second one going to be falling here as well. The next one on the middle might go down, but now the samurai can take down the priests. And first fight here, goes very, very well for Pegasus. And we can take a step back here and just explain maybe why Punkstar, like how you can know not to do these sort of attacks in general. Going into coach mode here, we had a little bit of a sort of life lesson, life coaching about winning and losing before, and how winning's not that important. But this here is a really, really nice instructional moment. If you go 2TC, you are the defender. And if you are the defender, running forward and looking for an all-out fight will 9 times out of 10 be the incorrect play. So if Punkstar here, instead of moving forward and attacking there, he's coming over and getting some more things. Instead of attacking there, grabbed himself the Clairvoyance, click Vision, and saw no second town center up, all of a sudden he should be so happy to just sit here and just wait for Punkstar to come and attack him, because he's massing units. He's not on a second town center. Everything is looking good for you on the back. In fact, he's already got walls set up. He's actually in a really, really good defensive position here, and he should be perfectly fine. So that's a really big key takeaway here for everyone playing 2TC play. I want to bring attention to this as well. This here is so unnecessary, but it's so good. 25 wood for a watermill, takes 15 seconds to build, and all of a sudden these villagers now cut down on their walking time by so much. This is something I remember watching the Mister do in Age of Empires Online. Like, he focused so hard on it, and yeah, his income would be so much higher than everyone else's. Really, really nice. Now, even though Punkstar lost that fight, he's actually still in a perfectly reasonable position. He's going to the next age. He's looking yet again for these sort of attacks. Luckily now, or smartly now, he's going for Spearman raids, which is valid. However, he needs to be ready to push in and save his Spearman. He needs to be ready, because the Naginata riders can come in and trap these. The Kamatachi can't really trap these guys. The spearmen are faster. But if you get trapped by the Naginata riders and then the samurai come in on the other side, then all of a sudden you lose everything. Pegasus as well, going for a bit of a crazy raid here. He's been very, very much caught out. This wall is beautiful, obviously, from Punkstar. He's been caught out. He's going to have to find another place to try and escape here. Luckily, he does have the speed, so it's kind of okay to ride around with these guys a little bit crazy-like, a little bit out of control. But yeah, Punkstar perfect defense here, so he's perfectly fine. He's in front on units and everything, and now he's going to drop a Migdol. And I think the next move here for Punkstar to just really lock in his advantages is he's got 2 gold mines here. Just drop 1, 2 Migdols, and maybe also a Migdol on the top here, like behind this wall. And then all of a sudden you got 3 Migdols, and you can start getting into those chariot archers. He's going up to Thoth, which is probably fine as well, instead of dropping the Migdols. But the Migdols going down straight away effectively means that there's not going to be any problems, and then we can go to the Mythic Age, and it's quite good. It's one of those things that Set is obviously really good at, because the Migdols are cheaper, and you can also then just take the villagers all off of food here as well, chuck them onto gold to get that gold income, because you got all the food for the Mythic Age as well already. So there are some options. However, looks like Punkstar not doing that, and he is going to be getting pressured here. Pushed off this top gold mine. Life's going to be a little bit sad for him. But then again, I'm not even sure Pegasus can really take this fight here. Maybe he can. This army looks strong, but so too do the weasels. How many priests does he have? So he's got 5 priests total, which might feel like enough, but it's not. And like I said, if that Migdol was up on this spot, this would never be an issue for him. So he does have to pull off. This is slowing down his gold income, and Pegasus gets a big win here. Pegasus can now start setting up on this town center. He can put up a castle here in the middle, like he is, and he can start looking for a siege over here. Thoth is going to be in, and this is really nice. So Thoth here gives Punkstar something really, really good, which is an answer to these myth units that doesn't come in the shape of him having to invest gold into priests. Okay, so nice little choke point here for Punkstar, to be honest. I'm surprised to see the fight here. Ancestors gets dropped down onto the back. Priests doing what they can. But yeah, like this is perfectly fine for Punkstar. I don't think he even needs to jump on this side. Just be on the back here with the priests and slapping down these myth units on the front. And he can hold here for a very, very good long time. He is dropping on the units. And I think unfortunately here, Punkstar is making a pretty common macro mistake. He didn't want to do this. And this actually would have been cleaned up if we dropped all the Migdols as well. But he didn't want to be making units. He didn't want to take this fight. He got pushed into this by the fact that Pegasus is being a little crazy taking that fight. Obviously, the ideal situation here would be having like 10 barracks up or having the 3 Migdols up ready for Chariot Archer spam. And he can then make Spearman, Chariot Archer, and that would be really, really nice comp that he could have to just never get broken in on. But yeah, he's perfectly fine here. Another siege works up onto the top side, getting himself his Chariot Archers. More chariots coming out. Love to see that, but Pegasus has got some good damage and he got the Bushido in and now he's ready to start sieging this down. And he's only a tiny little bit behind on villagers here, which is generally means you're in a good spot if you're playing as Japan, because Japan has got the Mikos. You got 5 of them out. So that's really, really big. Really, really helpful. Okay, now Punkstar going to be looking for the Thoth. I'm going to drop that down onto this position. It's perfectly fine and reasonable. And Pegasus has got no option other than to just run here. He's going to lose a lot. This God Power always is incredibly destructive, so you can't really do much against it. Standing close to the castle means that the units are going to get blown up here and you're going to get more likely to hit the castle as well and take that down. But after all is said and done, Pegasus loses a lot. He's trying to get to the Mythic Age himself here rather than deal with this. So you see the castle up onto this side. So Punkstar here, he gets an advantage. This is a really big advantage for Punkstar. After that meteor, after the defense, after everything that's happened in this game, he's kind of in a pretty nice position. The big move here, the big power move for Punkstar at the moment needs to be to win this fight, grab this town center, set up over onto this side, maybe even drop a Migdol on this side, and then start locking up these middle gold mines with Migdols. This is like, I might be oversimplifying it, but effectively the game from literally the launch of Age of Mythology has been about getting your castles onto gold mines. And it has not changed one bit. Not with the fortifications patch. It's always about castles on gold mines. So that's exactly what Punkstar should be looking to do now. He's got all the resources in the world. So forward here, castle, or Migdol there, Migdol there. Maybe a Migdol on here. You don't have to grab the town center super fast, but a Migdol to prevent Pegasus from grabbing this, and then a Migdol over here. And then we put a market onto this corner here, and we start trading up to the top, and we are going to be in a really good spot now. Orkney Nusha to come through. This is where, unfortunately, for Punkstar, all advantages go down the toilet, because there's nothing you can do versus the bird. I'm actually really interested to see if Punkstar, what he's going to be able to do here, because they're the strongest unit in the game right now. I think without question, the strongest unit in the game right now is the Omaraki. I could be wrong on this. It might not be. But Pegasus has got 0 units in the bank. He's got 181 favor. He's just grabbed himself another Shogun for some reason. But realistically, okay, probably the best way to play against the bird is Migdols everywhere, and then you're going to be garrisoning your priests inside the Migdols, ungarrisoning to try and kill them off. You have to like way outplay your opponent here. But Pegasus is without question really far behind. Really far behind here. So he's got to find a way to sort of deal with this. Now, one cool thing here that Punkstar can do is he can actually steal this Goshen Boku tree. Knock the dojo down, knock the guardhouse down. He should be able to take this. So he could wander forward and put a Migdol down on this side. That could be really good for him here. Tengu going to try and dive in here and take down these catapults. Nice usage of the solar shield, but his Tengu are now stuck. And here comes Okuninushi. Now, I didn't see this game. I got no idea what's going to happen, but I see all the favor, and I see the Omuraki coming out. He's got to grab himself his Omuraki technology. Does manage to push these units back here. Punkstar's grabbing his town center. Fantastic. He's doing everything he needs to do. This is all correct. He's got his Migdol up over here. Needs to get a Migdol set up onto this site before he walks here. I think maybe, just maybe, grabbing this town center. Oh, no, I think maybe it's fine. He just needs to get the Migdol up as fast as he possibly can on this side. As now we've got another Shogun to come through. We've got the Omuraki starting to get in here. And Divine Prefecture, 8 banners, etc. all coming in. This gives Punkstar some time. He's got some time here to get this set up. He's got to get himself his Migdols. Now, like I said, Chariot Archers are the unit that's, I think by all intents and purposes, the power unit here against Japan. I think Punkstar could probably be getting himself more of those. Probably doesn't need the Axemen when he's got all the Chariot Archers. So Spearmen, Chariot Archers, maybe his best bet here. On the other side, Pegasus now up to 4 Omuraki. He doesn't have his Plaguebringer yet, but it is coming through, and it comes in so quick because of Divine Prefecture. I think normally it's 25 seconds, but with that technology, I think it's like comes in like 10 seconds in or something like that. As the priests do manage to catch Pegasus out a little bit, but Pegasus also got the Onmyoji, so he can actually heal these bad boys up. But I think instead of pushing forward there, Punkstar should have just slapped down the Migdols, and he might have been okay here. But now Pegasus is going to come forward. He's got all these wraiths and everything to charge in here. Pegasus also tried to grab this town center on this side, but was denied a little bit. Yeah, and then the Plaguebringer Omuraki to come back up to full HP here. There's still favor in the bank for more Omuraki. And there's so many resources in for Punkstar. Does he have full upgrades? He is missing himself iron. Just gotta grab those. But a couple more Migdols, and maybe he can be okay here. We'll have to wait and see. No Migdol on this side is hurting my body. On the other side here for Pegasus, he is gonna... never mind, he's still got plenty of gold on the side. Oh, he's still good. Okay, and now the Plaguebringer Omuraki to come through, and that's going to be a bit of a sad state of affair for this Axeman army. I don't really know how to micro against the Wraiths. Like, I'm not sure what to do against this special ability when it comes down. I really don't know. Of course, you want to be killing off the Plaguebringer Omuraki. We can see them slowly starting to target this down, but there is still going to be a solar shield here if need be, and all that other good stuff. But Punkstar, his army, not quite able to deal with this shenanigans coming at him. The Onmyoji here are getting targeted down by the town center. You do want to do this. They got 57% PS armor, but only 174 HP. So they do die pretty quickly to the town centers and to Chariot Archers and things like that. And, well, now Punkstar has lost pretty much all of his advantages, I think. There's not much else he's got here. I would love to have, like, some way to play at this point for the Egyptian, but I just don't know. After you lose the position, if you don't have the Migdol up ready with your priest garrisoned inside the Migdol when the Omuraki come in to drop the plague, and then you garrison basically out underneath it. In other words, you have to wait for the Omuraki player to make a misplay. You don't really have a good option here, I don't think. Like right here would be like a misplay from Pegasus. If Punkstar was able to garrison here, he'd pop out the priest, he'd be able to take down the birds to some degree. At this point, I mean, Pegasus is losing all of his units, but I don't think it matters. Let's see if Punkstar can bring this one back. He does have full pop. He's got all the priests in the world. Probably needs a couple more temples down to get his priests out. Does he have the upgrades? Yes, he does. He's gone Nephthys, so he's got super priests. He should have he's gone the right god path to deal with these bad boys. He's got everything he needs here to deal with all this stuff. Chariot archers should also be pretty good, but the Omaraki does have 55% pierce armor, so pretty strong there as well. It also has a pretty decent amount of pierce damage per second. It's doing 40 pierce damage just by itself. As we see a couple of these Omaraki dying. However, it's not going to matter all too much as they will come back from the Goshin Boku tree. Oh, never mind. Pegasus forgot his second Goshin Boku tree for some reason. And Pegasus does lose it. So nice win here for Punkstar. He basically has managed to claw himself back into a position where there's no longer a Omaraki threat, but mostly from Pegasus just forgetting about his units. So we can always fingers crossed that our opponent messes up. That's always going to be an option. But does he have a trade route? No. Really nice play from Pegasus while this is all going on to cut off the trade route. Very, very tough for... I mean, Punkstar, the game plan here was to effectively take this position and this town center. He could go over here and put a trade route from here to his main town center. It's not garbage. It's not terrible. But yeah, he's got to start working towards a little something. As this Omaraki's going to come back. Another thing about going for Okuninushi is with Divine Prefecture and having Amano Uzume with the Goshin Boku tree is the Divine Prefecture makes these trees train even faster, which is... It just makes them, puts them on steroids. So any myth units you're building are just coming straight back in. Not straight back in, but like very, very quickly back in to the battlefield. So 213 food, 30 favor. They come back online pretty quickly here. Punkstar seems to be missing some houses. No, he's got all of them. Did he lose a town center? Oh, he lost a town center, that's why. As the Onmyoji, the wizards are in. I must say, this army here has got... This is exactly what Punkstar needs, but he almost needs to drag the chariot archers onto the back. He snipes one as Pegasus is maybe focusing up onto the top here. But you want to drag the units back by running the chariots behind the amygdala, and then you can garrison out underneath, and that's probably your best bet because it might bring the Omaraki close enough that your priest can actually take them out. This is brutal here. That's so much siege. That's 20 siege at 3 pop apiece. Oh my god. They literally erase everything over here. Oof. These wizards are also busted, by the way. How does he get 17 of these? I don't actually know what the right unit is to build against these guys either, to be honest. What do? Camel riders? Elephant? Elephant, maybe? Probably elephant, right? It's divine damage, so elephant would be your best bet. Can we make chariot archer elephant at this stage? Maybe that's the idea. How fast are they? Yeah, are they the same speed as elephants? What's an elephant speed? No, elephant's 2.9 speed. Okay, spread formation is huge. But the thing is with spread formation, if you attack move, the units actually then just all bunch up. So you have to get into range and then attack move. Very, very tough. Oh yeah, like this. Like move and then attack move. Yeah, that was really nice from Punkstar. But still the appears that... Well, maybe not even attack move. You have to like focus fire these down. Maybe the other unit is the mercenary cavalry. I could be okay here. But Pegasus is still dominating on every single which way, and I'm not sure what else can happen here. Naginata Riders coming through to try and deal with the Chariot Archer Menace. But yeah, the combo of Onmyoji plus Plaguebringer Omaraki, that's where things, if that comes out, this is like the Death Ball, right? This is the Death Ball that is so hard to deal with. I'm not exactly sure what the best way to deal with the Death Ball is. Maybe Elephant, like Priest, against that. Of course, then you have Yadi coming through and you have to adapt and things like that. But if you can get through the Onmyoji once, then it should be hard to get them back online because they are expensive. But I think this is a nice game here from Punkstar. I think you should be pretty happy with it. There's a couple of things you could do to have maybe locked this game up, but once the Onmaraki come out, if you're not already set up with all that stuff, and you're not playing into that kind of, I don't know, Recon-esque, cringy AoE 4 style, and you're just going to get blown up by these birds. But yeah, well played. GG. Hope you guys enjoyed.